All right, let's go through how to utilize Desmos as a graphing calculator to graph our parent functions. So whenever I go to desmos.com, I'm going to start by clicking Graphing Calculator. And here on the left-hand side is where I can input any of my equations or functions. And then on the right, I have a graphical display of what that would represent. So the first thing I want to show you is just a basic linear function y equals x. To do this, I'm utilizing my keyboard and I'm typing in exactly what I want it to say. So y equal sign, and then x. And there we go, there's the parent function for a linear relationship. All right, the next thing I want to show you is a quadratic relationship for y equals x squared. So again, utilizing my keyboard, I have y equals x, but then now I need an exponent of 2. To do this, at the very bottom left-hand corner of Desmos, there's a keyboard option. And when I click on it, I have a lot more options than my regular keyboard on my computer. So you'll see at the left-hand options, there's a squared, and then there's also an exponent that's a variable. So right now, we just want the squared option. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is an exponential function, which is whenever we have a base that's a number, and then our exponent is the variable. So to do that, I have y equals, now the base could be various different numbers, but for this example, I'm going to do a base of 2. And then I need an exponent that's a variable. So instead of clicking this a squared, this time I'm going to use a to the b. Now, it's not going to put a b up there. It just puts you up in the exponent for you to put whatever you need. In this example, we just want a variable x, and there is our exponential function. Next thing I'm going to show you is absolute value. So for absolute value, I have y equals, and again, with my Desmos keyboard down here, I see that there's an absolute value option above the ABC, so I click on that, and that's where you'd be able to type in whatever you're needing to take the absolute value of. We're just going to do the absolute value of our variable x, and then I have that parent function there for me. If you are needing to add on to the end of that absolute value, but outside of the absolute value bars, you just use your right arrow to get out of those absolute value bars. Okay, there's only one more thing I want to show you, and that's typing in a negative and then also a fraction. So I'm going to graph the relationship y equals -1/2 x. So I have y equals, for a negative on Desmos, we just use either the subtraction sign or on my keyboard, the little dash. So negative, I always encourage whenever you're typing in a fraction that you put it in parentheses to avoid any error. So open parentheses. And then 1/2 is the same thing as just 1 divided by 2. And you'll see that it became a fraction automatically whenever I did a divided by symbol. And then I can use my right arrow to get out of those parentheses. And then I have my variable x. So there's -1/2 x.